Hi, brothers and sisters. So, I want to share something with you. I know it's been a while. I've been having dreams, but I haven't shared any, of course. I've been just busy, and the baby was sick, and then it was her birthday, and then I got sick, and I was talking to Sister Sherry a few days ago, and I was supposed to mention it sooner, but then I got sick. She's in YouTube jail. So, it was for a week, and I think like 3 or 4 days have gone by already. So, sorry, Sister Sherry. But when she's out of YouTube jail, she's going to come back with another video. But this morning, as I was waking up, I heard a voice say, "I know the Lord loves my car, but I was going to walk to see the rock at the Circle K on the corner of Lincoln and Delaware." And so I knew I wouldn't remember all that, so I just wrote it down in my notebook on my phone here. And I knew that the rock, I was thinking, well, Jesus is the rock, but I know that this is like more of a monument. So I came out to have some coffee, and I was kind of pondering this, and I looked up the corner of Lincoln and Delaware, and it showed me that there is a town in Delaware, but this is what I found about a monument having to do with Delaware. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to pause this for a little while because the baby woke up, but let me get my train of thought back. And okay, so I had the Audible as I was waking up, and I knew the rock was like a monument. So I typed in, searched Delaware, Lincoln, Delaware monument. And this is what came up. The Tri-States Monument, also known as Tri-State Rock, is a granite monument that marks the tri-point of the state's boundaries of New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. It is at the northwestern end of the boundary between New Jersey and New York, the northern end of the boundary between New Jersey and Pennsylvania, and the eastern end of the boundary between New York and Pennsylvania. The monument is located at the confluence of the Delaware and Never Sink rivers. This location is also known as Carpenter's Point. So this is the Tri-State Monument. It marks out where all of the states come together. Location in Sussex County, New Jersey. The Supreme Court of the United States summarized the boundaries of these three states with respect to this monument in New Jersey in 1931, where the Delaware, forms a boundary between New York and Pennsylvania. The Delaware continues its course as such boundary to Tri-State Rock near Port Jervis in New York, at which point Pennsylvania and New York are met by New Jersey. From there, the river marks the boundary between Pennsylvania and New Jersey until Pennsylvania stops at the Delaware state line. And from then on, the river divides Delaware from New Jersey until it reaches the Atlantic between Cape Henlopen and Cape May. So, this made me think of the dream that I had last night. This made me think that the Lord was pointing to war or coordinates, and also referencing other people's dreams. like Lincoln, the USS Abe Lincoln, and it's just made me think of war. Because in the dream I had last night, I was floating in water with other people, and I was a mother. Well, of course, I mean, I'm a mother, but there were other mothers and families floating in water. And there were a bunch of military jet fighter planes, and they were floating in the water. And it was like we were, it was like they were on display in the water, and we were all swimming around in the water, and we were looking at them. And it was like swimming with dolphins, you guys. And these fighter planes, these jets were small, like a big drone, but a little bit bigger maybe. And it was weird because you could see the military men that were manning these fighter planes. You could see them through the cockpits. And some of them were American, and I looked like all those families were swimming around and just looking at these fighter jets in the water. And I looked through the cockpit, and one of them was Iranian. Like, there were different nations in these cockpits, but in these planes, but they were different, you know. And the man that I knew was Iranian, he smiled, and he pressed a button, and he started firing on this woman, this mother, and killed her. And everything went into like an uproar. People started swimming around and screaming, and one of the other men that was in the cockpit on another plane looked at him through the cockpit and was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "It's okay. It's just a mother." And he was smiling. And then it's like there were families on shore. They started running to the families in the water, reunited. And then it was like I was in one of these military planes, and I was shooting back at the Iranians. And so I think this represented, like I represented America. And this mother that this Iranian shot at, I think might have represented Russia. I don't know, Mother Russia, right? And I think this just represents war. And then upon having this dream, then upon wakening, I heard that audibly spoken to me. And so I think the Lord in all of this was just referencing war, that it's coming, and that maybe Iran will turn on Turkey. I don't know a lot of things politically, you guys, but I'm just putting this out there and sharing the dream. And we all know that America is going to be invaded. Russia's going to invade, and China's going to invade, and they're already in position. Everybody has their allies, and there's a lot of things going on right now over there with Iran and Russia and Turkey. And they're gonna turn on Israel. I've had a dream that all three of them are going to attack Israel, and they're gonna attack America. So yeah, things are coming. Things are moving very swiftly, and we can see we're in the end times. You know, it's the most important time right now that if you have not believed upon Jesus, to do it today, because that's the only thing that's going to get you saved and be able to go in the rapture. But if you guys have any comments, leave them below. Anything to add, or if do a video on it. I don't know, but anyway, I love you guys and God bless.